Okay, let me see. Is it going?
Is it? Reach. Yeah, you're live.
Okay, yay. Alright.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay,
Let me see if I
yay.
can get
Alright.
sound.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why it's being like this. Okay. There we go.
I can hear something, but hold on. Let me just.
It might have been the,
Oh, I see it.
just the
Okay.
echo, because I was just checking to see if it was live on Twitch.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's an
well,
echo.
let's give it some time, because I think...
Or it's the Twitch delay.
Hmm. Uh.
You can turn off names on Discord, no?
You can. Oh, on Discord? I don't know if you can.
Let me see.
Okay, well, let's see. I'll give, like, about 10 minutes before we start.
Yeah, you can turn it off on Discord.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Well. You can also change it on the Discord overlay.
Yeah.
But I just put them on. I don't know why it's not. The preview on the widget is showing the way that I want it to be, but on OBS it's a bit different. So I don't know what's up with that.
It's on Discord. It says game overlay, and then you can put display names or only while speaking or never.
Oh. Okay, so it's something you have to edit on Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. Well... It's okay, we'll set that up for next time. I feel like I've already wasted enough time. I'm just figuring everything out. Oh my god. Can't believe I now have a VOD of, like, me trying to figure out stuff. But whatever, I'll just delete it later.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. But it seems like everything is working.
Yes, you're here.
It's me! I also have some tea. I have a green tea with roasted rice and honey.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
Yes, yes. See? This is why I wish I had I should have made a waiting a waiting screen ahead of time, but I was still working on it.
Hey, it's cool. You're learning as you go.
It's true. Well, I have to figure out why Stream Elements keeps asking about YouTube though, even though it's on Twitch right now. Uh, it's okay. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, get another 5 minutes. And then we can begin.
Yeah.
So do you know anything about Our Life Now and Forever at all?
Nope.
Okay, neither do I.
I just literally went on like it literally happened today. I was going on the creators
Mhm.
the creators page of Our Life, and then it showed that they made another one.
Yeah. Because I've been meaning to play the...
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been meaning to play the first one for a while, but just never got around to it. I've just been kind of itching to play something, so...
I've seen so much fan art.
Oh, really?
I've seen like here and there
Mm.
Twitter, and it's really cute. So I was like, who is this web webcomic type dude?
What is this? Romance protagonist? Who is he?
Yeah, and
Who
you
are
know,
they?
I think it's because I only just found out that that creator announced that on their Patreon, they have an 18 plus version that's completely separate from the game.
Oh,
And I was just like,
is it the paid DLC?
no, it's completely separate. It's their Patreon.
Ah.
It's like, it's part of the, it's something you can opt to see, but
Mm.
like, you, I mean, if you want to, you can make it canon for your own gameplay. Who knows?
Ah.
Yeah, it's
Interesting,
completely
interesting.
separate,
I see.
and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know.
You're like, I'm listening.
I know. I was just like eyes emoji, like, oh.
Mm.
I'm already seeing I already paid for most of like all the DLC, and
Oh,
that
really?
it's like,
How far are
yeah,
you?
all I'm already in step 3.
Well, how much, or I guess how long is the game? Is step 3 like the last one?
No, step 4 is the last one.
Oh, okay. So
So step
you're not
1
quite there
is,
yet, but
yeah, because
mm-hmm.
there's a lot of content, and uh when you do the DLC, I guess, like, it just kind of gives you more. It just gives you more content for you to live your life, with how you're growing up,
Mm.
and the game gives you a choice of how you are as a person versus how he is, if you want to get that choice,
I see.
unless you want to do it automatically,
Mm.
and then like, you know, it's multiple endings, and there's also love interest the more you grow up, so you don't know how it'll end up. And I'm
Mm.
kind of like, okay, this is really good.
I'm glad you're having a good time. And now you'll get to check out Our Life Now and Forever with me!
Yay!
Yeah, I'm very excited. I don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure I'm gonna stream this again.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't know when was the last time I played a visual novel. It's been a hot minute, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm. I honestly think the I honestly think the last visual novel I played was the Asagawa Academy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
We
a
played that together.
I know that was also a long time ago. Honestly, I would not mind revisiting that one. It's kind of fun.
Well, Doki Doki kind of counts, doesn't it?
But I didn't personally play Doki Doki.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I only watched Let's Plays of it. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna get started soon. In about 10-ish? Oh, a little less than 10 seconds. Okay, I've
Dream
already
Daddy.
done my preferences, so You ready?
Yay!
Okay, let's go. New game. Oh, tutorial. Welcome to the Our Life, Now and Forever intro demo. This is a 25k word preview that includes the first few scenes of the game's prologue. Expansions and improvements to the game will come out as time goes on. For example, the finished version will have partial voice acting. Ooh! This initial demo doesn't have any voice lines. Okay. Oh, did you want to read the voice lines with me?
Should I?
I mean, if you want.
Okay.
When the game is complete, the entire story will be playable from start to end for free. However, optional paid DLCs will be available to add in even more scenes. The very start is a brief tutorial that will be skippable in future playthroughs. It'll help you get acquainted with all the many ways your choices can impact how the game plays. At any time, you can press the Preference button on the left side of the game screen to open the settings page and make the experience better suited for you. Oh, I should have asked this earlier. How's the volume? If you can hear it. Good? Okay. You can change the text size, font style, sound volume levels, turn the light animation elements on or off, and other general options. The story of Our Life, Now and Forever spans 12 years, with the character you play as beginning as a 10-year-old child and ending as a 22-year-old adult.
Whoa.
In between those points are two other stages of life, 14-year-old adolescence and 18-year-old young adulthood. These time periods are referred to as steps 1 through 4, just like the other one. This demo only contains scenes from childhood. You'll be able to determine almost everything about the playable character: name, appearance, personality, pronouns, skills, weakness, how they act, what they feel, and more. And all of those details can change as you grow up over the course of the game. However, they won't be forgotten. Who you are and who you were is remembered by the game and the characters you meet. Choices you picked in Step 1 can still be referenced all the way in Step 4. It builds together. The goal of Our Life is to let you truly live your own unique life in the quaint mountain town of Golden Grove. But there are also two main characters who will grow up alongside your own character. Tamarack? Bauman and Q Lin. You'll have the option of being their friend, pursuing one romantically, just having them simply be people you know, letting your connection change over time, and so on. Your relationship is customizable and progresses at whatever rate you want to, if you want it to. A couple things you can't do are date them both or break up with one after officially getting together. If you've had one become your romantic partner, that's permanent. So we can't use both. We have two hands, but we can't use them both.
You can have a harem!
Tamarack is a little girl. She, her. When you met her, and she always identifies as a woman. Q begins the story as a little boy, he, him, but questions their gender as the years go by. Q will ultimately come out as gender fluid, he, they. Our Life, Now and Forever doesn't include the option to romance a strictly male-identifying character, but we do have another game, Our Life, Beginnings and Always, if that's your preference. There will be other characters to interact with and befriend besides Tamarack and Q, even though those two are the main focal points. How well you get along with the other kids, your teachers, your mom, and so on is still in your control. With those basics mentioned, the tutorial will move on to a new screen now to explain another major gameplay element. Character customization!
Yes!
The first thing you'll do in Our Life, Now and Forever is design the appearance and basic details of your character. You'll be able to select a first name, last name, and add a nickname too. You can also give your MC their general size, choose their dominant hand, and so on. Whoa. The sex or gender of the MC is customizable as well, but that'll be done on a different screen later. The remaining parts of this section are all the many ways you can edit the appearance of your character. A simple dress-up doll icon is included to give an idea of what your playable character is like. You can change every aspect of the doll from the shape of the head and eyes to the hairstyle to the coloring of each element to what they wear. The customization can be extra unique by having the hair and or eyes be two different colors, tweaking the exact tint of the colors, flipping the direction of different elements, and more. That is very extensive. Or you can stick to preset options if you're happy with them or want to get through the customization faster. What you choose will be referenced in the script, and the icon image you put together will appear on the text box when your character speaks, unless you turn that element off. The game has a first-person perspective, so you don't see your MC standing alongside the non-playable characters in the normal character sprite style. This first round of designing will set some important basics like eye color and skin tone that will never change for the rest of the story, but almost everything else can be altered eventually. You'll get the option to use the screen to customize your MC at the start of each step. You can change your first name, nickname, hairstyle, what they're wearing, etc. all over again if you want. And new decoration options such as facial piercings will become available once your character has gotten older. That's everything for this initial screen, so we'll let you begin. More tutorial sections will pop up as you reach new gameplay features. Thank you so much for playing. We hope you have fun. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I have something like this, huh? Here, this one. Guess it's like a mix of these two.
Would your computer be able to handle streaming with on Discord?
Oh, as well? With the regular stream?
Yeah, because it might, I don't know about the Twitch delay.
Oh, okay, let me see. Should be okay. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see. Share screen. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yay. Oh, we can change our skin tone. A little lighter. Yeah, like this. And eyes. Hehe. Probably this one. Color. Wow. They're like technically reddish brown. I'll go red. Oh my gosh, we can have we can have heterochromia.
Oh, DeviantArt.
Yo, what color are your eyes?
My eyes?
Yes.
Blue.
Yeah, we'll do red and blue.
Red.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go full anime on this.
Yay! I looked at stream and I was like, oh.
How long is your hair? Because my hair is short.
I do like the middle part right now.
You do a middle part? Oh, the current middle part, you mean?
Yeah, it's nice, but bangs, you can never go wrong with them bangs.
True. These are all very cute. Wait.
These are
this
the
one.
front, I think.
Yeah, and then we can
Yeah.
change the back.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Cute. As a baby.
Yeah, it's our baby hair.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
cute.
Yeah, you like this one? I gotta change the color.
Wait, can you check out can you look at the pigtails just in case?
Oh, this one?
Maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
a baby.
Okay, we'll be baby. Hey, that's pretty much my hair color.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, what were white hair, red and blue eyes.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna be like, oh.
Oh gosh. Okay. Ooh. Oh, cute! We can have a little ribbon.
Yes, exactly.
Or a little
This is
scarf
good.
with a button. Oh, I like the The button scarf is cute.
I do like the button scarf as well, especially in this fall weather.
Yeah, it's true. Let's do a yellow scarf.
Yeah.
And head accessories. Ooh!
Wait, beret.
The beret.
We're such a fancy child.
You're very cute. You can also do
What
it.
about
Oh,
the
well,
beanie?
why? No, why the hair disappear?
No, why does it cover?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll do a beret.
Wait,
We'll
check
do.
the beanie. Check the beanie.
No, it covers all the hair.
Well, this is cute though.
We only
Go
have
with
pigtails.
the mute gray, gray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do we want glasses?
Yes. Maybe.
I think maybe glasses later in life.
Yeah. I can agree. I'm already looking at him like she's a little too old.
Yeah, a little bandage.
Yeah.
Super anime.
Yes, in the nose, yes.
Okay.
She ends up getting contacts to change her eye later.
She doesn't need glasses now because she's a child. She can see, and then later on she'll lose her vision.
This is the most chuny.
Oh my gosh. She can have scars too.
No, oh my goodness.
No, birthmarks. Oh, these are pretty big birthmarks.
Those
Moles?
are huge.
Oh, I want a little.
Oh, cute cutie. Yeah.
Yeah, a little one, like right here.
Yes.
Other. Freckles.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's cute.
Oh my goodness. No, she's still a baby. She can't have acne.
Yeah, true. I like freckles
Give her
though.
acne later, maybe.
Yeah.
The freckles are really cute.
Okay, keep the freckles. Alright, this is... Wait, I think for the hair, we said we can do 2 colors? Or is that only later in life?
You can have a front that's different colored, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the back is different.
Let's do the back a different color.
Okay.
What color is your hair?
Oh, damn. I would want to compliment your hair, though. The front.
Wait, no, I don't want
Aww,
the... Oh, wait. Wait.
Okay, too. Oh, yeah!
Oh,
okay.
there we go. Okay. And then the back could be like this. Yeah!
Goodness!
Yes!
You can put that light brown one.
Oh, light brown?
I feel like...
This one? That's cute, too.
Oh,
Or did you mean this one? They're both cute.
They're both cute. Damn. This is the most Gen Z / DeviantArt character I've ever seen.
It's our child. This is our fusion.
She's still early stages.
So do you want this? Do you want this brown or this one?
I'd go with a darker one.
This one, more the muted?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, alright.
Oh my goodness. There she is.
Our child.
Or there they are. They're still figuring themselves out.
Yes, our child is ready. Next. Oh my goodness.
Frankie!
Frankie second.
Yes!
No. We'll do, Raya.
Kara is fine.
Kara?
Kara. What's... Kara.
Our combined forces. They'll be
You know what?
ambidextrous.
That last name does fit this little girl's face. For some reason, I can see it. Nickname. Ooh, nickname.
Their nickname can be, I don't know. What should their nickname be? Hmm.
Kali. I'm kidding.
Ari?
Kari. Yeah.
Okay. She'll be, or they'll be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
And they have to be short. We're both short.
Yeah.
Body type, medium.
Yes.
Okay. Hello from the tutorial again. Now you'll get to customize the identity of your MC. Like the MC's appearance, you can make this aspect of your character as personalized as you want, or not, and make use of the more specific elements. Determining the gender the MC was assigned at birth, what pronouns they use if they use multiple pronouns, adding in your own custom pronouns, selecting which gendered terms they're comfortable with, and such can all be up to you. You can also change everything except your assigned gender at birth, at the start of every new step. If you want to begin with one type of identity and then have your MC go through a transition once they're older, that's completely doable. Feel free to select whatever feels the most comfortable at this stage of the story. Okay. Please. Oh, wait, can't you select multiple?
Oh, the custom.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's both.
Yeah. Confirm. We'll put NB.
Yeah.
At birth, put female. Honorifics.
I will agree. I will agree.
Go miss. I know, miss. Oh, this one's fine too.
Madam.
Yeah. Madam.
I think Sir's funny just because, like, you can say that about anybody with author. What do you call it? Authority?
Mm.
I don't know. It's just a.
We'll have Sir as well.
Title.
Okay. How would you like the people to refer to you? Neutral leaning. Wait, I want.
Both.
Ooh, yeah. I don't. Yeah. I want. Oh, okay. Wait.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I see.
okay.
That's the.
Okay, child, kid. Yes, that's what I like.
Yes.
Now that you've got your own character ready, you'll be able to influence the appearance of our mom.
Mommy?
We get to make our mom. She has 3 hair textures and 4 skin tones. You can have her look as similar or as different from your MC as you like. Ideally, more hair or skin tone options will be added for her in further development. She chose to raise a child on her own and used artificial insemination to give birth to your character. The biological father never appears in this story. So if your character happens to look nothing like their mom, it can be assumed that they take after their off-screen father instead. You also get to choose what term your character refers to her by. Currently it must be a title in order to make sense in the script. If you enter in her first name, the phrasing won't make sense. Later builds of the game may be suited for calling her by her name instead of a title. You'll also be able to change the title you use for her at the start of every new step. Her skin tone and hair texture will remain consistent for the rest of the game. Mommy. Ooh.
Mommy?
Okay.
Sorry.
Mommy?
Mommy? Sorry.
Oh, I like this wavy hair. It's cute.
I do like that one too.
Let's do, Oh, can we do...
Ma!
Ma!
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Ma.
Type your own term. You can, I guess some people call their moms different. But I
like Ma.
I like Ma or Mommy or Mama. Though all of them are good.
Yeah, we'll just say Ma. Oh wait, can we change the color of her hair? Oh no, wait.
Mama!
Ma!
Maybe it's next. I don't know.
Okay. Nope. Okay, well.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, maybe it's just for the demo, and it'll come later.
That's true, it's just a demo.
And we've got a little last bit of customization before the story begins. Your interface display style. First, there's your sticker. A sticker is just a cute image that appears in certain screen graphics such as the choice menus and most importantly save files. You can easily track different playthroughs by using different stickers, and your sticker can change whenever you want by clicking the info button on the sidebar and going to the Your Details page. One example to use it would be if you have a playthrough you're enjoying, but in step 2 you're not sure if you want to romantically pursue Tamarack or Q. You can take that same file, change the sticker, and make another save. One version of the story and sticker could have you dating Tamarack, and the other sticker is a separate story with Q. The demo has a limited selection of options. More will be added to the final version of the game. Finally, there's 2 different text box styles to choose from. A traditional visual novel arrangement with a box always along the bottom of the screen, or a more comic book style where the speech bubbles are positioned next to the ones talking, and at the bottom of the screen when it's narration. You can switch between them at any time on the preference screen. By default, both text box styles will have the icons to show who's speaking. Those can be turned on or off through your preference settings as well. Thank you for reading the beginning tutorial. One more section will appear near the end of the demo to explain a special gameplay feature. Choose a sticker. I like the acorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Acorn it is. Ooh, I like the little icon.
Me too.
Yes.
It's a constant reminder.
True, of our anime life.
Of our YN.
Wow, we finally made it.
Yay!
It looked like fall here in Golden Grove. More than any place you'd seen before, it could be in one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors. Red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. The plants and sky didn't get this way where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in the big circle of street at the end of the road. It was a weird path to you. Couldn't take you ahead or to the sides or anywhere else like most streets you'd gone down. This one only came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos before, from stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too, because it was cold outside. Chilly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual to try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were gonna freeze inside your head. This was a real place, the icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you were going to stay. That was new. Your ma and you had lived in apartments before, and never for a very long time. That was until she'd gotten a big job in this not that big town and bought a big house. You wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now, in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the long round road was now your house, standing tall with 2 others by its sides. Those buildings were home too, with their own people living inside, and those people and those ancient houses were going to be your neighbors. Ooh, our first choice. It seemed okay to you. You felt kind of mixed up inside. You were super excited about everything happening. You were mad. There wasn't much you felt about that. It all made you so sad. You felt scared. This would really be something, you thought. I feel like generally, as a kid when you move,
I feel like
you're typically like, you don't know how to feel, right?
Yeah.
So you felt kind of mixed up inside. Would it be better this way? Worse? Something else? You didn't know what to think. At least your ma was still with you, or this was your ma's fault.
Oh, no. I'd rather have a parent with me.
Yeah, same. You'd go through the bad stuff together. Kara, come on over and take a look. Oh, that was your ma's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gotten so far. That was enough to bring you comfort, and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Off the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your ma had called from. The gate was unlocked. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny gray stoned walkway that led up to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the rocks and dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. It's Mom!
It's Ma!
And there your Ma was, standing at the edge of the porch, arms folded and waiting. She must have been moving around before, because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew they were real opal stones because she'd told you before, when she first got them. She also told you a long time ago that her normal name, not Ma, was Opal. Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
Her clothes were the colors of a cloudy day after rain had already come and gone. The kind of day that could be cold and bad or really relaxing and comfy. It depended. You wondered which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially the matching purpley cranberryness of both her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Everybody would always say that the red in your eye came from her. The red in our one eye.
Oh. In your eye.
That seemed cool. Part of your Ma ended up in you. Ma smiled at you. It made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your Ma was on the outside. Oh, hi, Matoy. Thank you for dropping by.
Hello.
We're playing Our Life Now and Forever demo with a friend. This is Raya.
Hello.
Have a good sleep. Thanks for visiting. Ma smiled at you. It made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your Ma was on the outside. Oh, do you want to be Mom?
Oh. Okay. What do you think? It's a pretty place, huh?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I've seen worse junk. I've seen better places. It's beautiful. I'm gonna have my own room, right? It stinks, you said bluntly. You shook your head fiercely. You nodded eagerly. You stared at her blankly. It's okay, I guess. It stinks, you said jokingly.
I'd say it's okay, I guess, myself.
Yeah.
I understand, my dear.
Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling, or it was some other kind of smile. She put a hand on one of the white painted pole things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved down it. Thank you, Matoy. Have a good night!
Night!
Good seeing you.
Okay. Won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple hours or so. Then it'll be official. We'll be the newest residents of Golden Grove.
You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This was a big deal to your Ma. Her whole life was changing too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your Ma to be sad.
Well, you've seen the yard and the outside. You don't have to wait here the entire time. How about you go look around the rest of the neighborhood?
She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. Wow, we are really small.
Wow, we're tiny. It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. Wow, I think... well, we are short.
Yeah, true. You perked right up at the suggestion. You jumped happily. Your eyes went wide in fear. You huffed unhappily.
Jeez.
You merely shrugged. You covered your face with your hands, not wanting to go. You turned your face away from her in defiance.
I
I would...
go to perk.
Yeah, me too. If I was a kid and my parents told me, like, hey, you can just run around however you want, I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
go play in
What
the grass
kind of
over
kid
there.
would not take that, yeah.
Ma went back to her normal way of standing, with her head up high and arms folded.
That's the spirit. Enjoy yourself. Just don't stray into any other streets today.
Yes, Ma, that's not fair. I won't, promise. You didn't care about rules, but you kept that to yourself. You gave a thumbs up. You grumbled about the restriction. I would say this one. I won't. I promise. I
Yeah.
promise. Here's my pinky.
Thank you. I trust you.
With that, you flipped around, bounded down the steps, and went back on towards the sidewalk, ready to explore.
She must really trust her kid that
Yeah, I don't know
much.
how old we are, but,
I
see ya, Ma.
I think we're like 8 or 7.
Your shoes really squished into the dirt part when you crossed from where you were down to the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain-softened ground, crisp through somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school with it. I know that smell. Oh, okay, we're like 9 or 10. You're going to be a 5th grader. You'd be completely different from being just a 4th grader, and not just because you'd be attending a new school. You'd be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your ma was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up! It felt good knowing there was more and more out there that you'd be able to explore on your own. Then, before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something, and it was completely out of nowhere. Huh, you wondered what that was. You jumped straight in the air out of shock. Both your fists went up defensively. You screamed! You rubbed your shoulder, feeling annoyed at whatever it was. It was a ghost, you deduced. I would probably
Oh
just...
my god, hands, like, throwing hands?
Ready to fight?
Immediately?
I would be surprised.
Yeah.
It was pure instinct. You hadn't even realized it happened until you were back on the ground. Rapidly, you ping-ponged your gaze from left to right, trying to get a glimpse of the poking perpetrator. No one was there. The neighborhood was empty except for you. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're doing the thing where you turn around and then they
Oh
go in front
no.
of you.
You would have settled on it being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there in between the muddy, brown blades of grass was something new. A paper airplane.
Whoa.
A paper airplane? Question mark?
Can we pretend?
No. Who would throw this at a stranger, and why would they disappear after doing it? As you considered those questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right, the side of the street where the tap came from. Whoever sent this to you had to have gone that way. You crouched down to grab it while keeping a lookout to make sure nothing else snuck up on you. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker, somehow, almost like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. That wasn't the only part that stood out. The page was a tan color with dark brown lines, not white and blue or white and black, or something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where would paper like that have come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles, or maybe even words on it. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best as you could. It was true. The paper airplane had a message on it. Well, maybe, you thought. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were on different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Hide out. And then in the bottom corner was... Kara Likoya. Your name! It had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. You scrunched up your face. A person wrote stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane, threw it at another person, and the message they sent was that? This was too weird for you.
It could have been like a newspaper clipping, and it would have been just as bad.
Like those, what do you call it? Like when you capture someone and you send, like, the...
Yeah,
like the messed
detective.
up... Yeah. This was so cool. This was a mystery we're solving. This was stupid. This scared you. This was... something.
I'd say it's a mystery worth solving.
Maybe the words were a code you had to break. You had to tell your ma right now. You were going to get to the bottom of this. You were done exploring. It was time to go back to that house. You just wanted to go back to looking around. I feel like... generally... I would either... try to figure out where it came from, or just like...
Let's keep this first episode going. Let's get to the bottom of it.
You're like, no, I don't want it to end now. Keep going.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Why do you want to tell on her?
Someone, or something, had to have sent this to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half-circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes or stores, there was the car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have to bring you to the rest of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be straying too far, like your mom warned against. That was okay, you had other options. Oh wow, look at this beautiful forest.
Oh, that's an option, alright.
Bending in between the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped out through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was a crossroads. One led more towards where the neighborhood was, but back further, right on the edge of where the forest started. The other went completely into the trees, a walking path for the people who lived here. You stood there at the start of this turning point in the woods, in your life, feet poised to move over the stirring thicket floor. You knew exactly which one you wanted, but you didn't know where you were going. Let's just wander. I don't know where we're going.
We really don't. We're new here.
How could you know which one was better? You'd never tried either, and there were no clues on where to start now. It was a puzzle that made you pause. You thought about it as hard as you could, even shutting your eyes to focus. Then finally... Ooh, right or left? Or how about...
Well, do they say which one seems like it's going, or do you just have to pick?
I think one goes back towards the neighborhood and the other one just goes into the forest.
Oh yeah, because it's more paved. Okay, I'd say maybe forest. We'll have our Twilight moment.
You're hoping we run into a vampire here? Okay, so I think that's the right one.
Yeah.
And your quest continued. The path ended up being kind of a trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on after only a minute or two, and it became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. Oh. Then as you strolled even further, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching about as high as the trees and made out of practically the same colored wood was a tower sort of thing. The bottom of it was mostly empty space with thin stock poles at the corners and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck to the boards of the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with a slanty roof and railings around. Some ropes dangled off of it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a treehouse, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. Curiously, you moved closer until you were right in front, and that's when you came to the shocking realization that there was something up there at the top. A vampire? Eyes squinted to try seeing more clearly, and your neck bent back so far your head might fall off. You could make out a lumpy pile. Let's see. You just stood there looking. You shouted out. You gave the base of the tower a swift kick. You gave the base of the tower a good shake with both hands. You grabbed on the parts sticking out to try climbing up there. I would go up there.
Would you? I'd be
I would.
the type to shake with.
Really?
I gotta know if it's sturdy enough.
Okay. We'll be precautious. You use one hand to take hold of the side of the board wall and the other to grasp a fake rock attachment. Planting your feet firmly on the ground, you shoved forward before leaning on your heels to pull back. Even with all your might pushing and tugging the base, you could only get it to creak but not move an inch. We only have 5th grader strength here.
Yeah.
The sudden sound of a clattering ruckus from inside the fort made you flinch in place. It was a scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. That lump stopped being just a lump. It shot up, bent right over the railing, peered down, and saw you.
Oh!
A friend? It was a kid. Who were they? That's all you could wonder. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really deep brown. They had a pointy hairline, you noticed. You liked the fluffy
Deep
hooded...
brown.
You
Sorry.
liked the fluffy hooded coat they had on. That was the prettiest person you'd ever seen.
The deep brown's like, yeah, different from a red and
You're a normal person.
you're really normal.
You're you're just a side character here.
Yeah.
The silent standoff of surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then altogether, one half of their mouth, one of their eyebrows, and one of their hands shifted upwards. That lopsided pose they had and the fact that they were up at the top of a tower made them seem pretty in charge here. Who are you? Why are you in my backyard? Oh, they were in charge here.
Sarah, I didn't know this was your backyard. I couldn't tell. I'm looking for something. Who are you?
Yeah,
Hi.
normally I would ask
Your
ask for their
backyard?
name. They're kind of
Open. Yeah.
giving me a little attitude.
Well, he didn't seem that mean.
Somehow, they twisted their smile and leaned over the railing even more than before. I am the person who actually lives here, and I asked first.
Oh.
They had a point, which was annoying. They were funny, you had to admit it to yourself. You didn't care if they had the high ground, you stood by your question. I mean, he's right. Or they're right, but I don't know if I like that.
I guess. You do have a point.
Alright. Fine. They closed their eyes, making peace with the situation. I am hosting a visitor and will be respectful. Wow.
Wow.
At that,
What a
they
nice-
pressed the palms of their hands hard against the railing, then used it to kick their legs up over the sides and throw themselves right off the fort. There was a powerful
Oh.
crunch and gust of air when the person hit the ground just a little to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crouching into a ball and making the hood of their jacket flip over their head from the impact from falling so far down. The person stayed like that for long enough that the leaves they stirred up settled quietly onto the grass again. Wow, truly like an anime character. Then the kids
Like a
straightened
grown-up
themselves...
version. Oh, good.
Then the kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could have ever expected. Squared shoulders, chin up, and with one hand they pushed the hood down over their back again. They were confident and knew how to show it. That's that. Why would you do that? That was so cool. That seems dangerous. That was so dumb to do. Could I try jumping off there? You could have crushed me. You were left speechless. It was impressive. You were left speechless. It was crazy.
I feel like if I just saw that in front of me,
Mhm.
I'd probably be impressed.
Okay. That was so cool. Yeah, it was. They took hold of the open
Okay.
sides of their jacket and flapped them out, shaking off bits of sticks and whatever other stuff they got on it when they collided with the dirt. Anyway, they shifted their head around to get their hair back over their shoulders, the way it was before, and then jabbed a finger in their own chest. I'm Mr. Q Lin. Q-I-U and L-I-N. It means... Both of Q's arms spread out openly, gesturing to the wide world all around. Autumn. Nice to meet you. What's
Aw.
your name? Shouldn't the U come after Q? Why did you say it so fancy? You're not a mister, you're a kid. Why did you say it weird like that?
Just say your name, damn.
Yeah. My name's Kara. Great, but what's your whole name, Kara? He was persistent enough that you gave him your name in the end. I'm Kara Lakoya, and I use Miss, MX, and Sir. Miss, MX, and Sir? He
Yeah.
said the same thing that you just did, but while it made sense to you, Q was confused. It was like you had been talking backwards to him. How did your doctor figure that out? Did they have extra degrees?
Hey, man. It's just a bunch of weird stuff people make up.
My doctor didn't know I had to say what it was myself when I could. I figured it out myself. I'm not sure. You shouldn't ask that. I'll just say I figured it out myself. Really? You did that? You thought what the doctors and adults said wasn't right and told everybody? Yeah, I did. After first gasping, a grin spread out across his whole face. You got stuff figured out, and you're just a kid like I am. That's right, I'm smart.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I've got everything figured out forever. It's not that big a deal. We're smart. I'm impressed by your wisdom, Miss MX and Sir Kara Lakoya.
This is my favorite. It's just them going through the whole line of Miss MX and Sir. Like, this is so good.
Oh, but people should call me Kari. Only my mom uses my name. Oh, but people sometimes call me Kari, except my mom. Oh, but my friends always call me Kari. Oh, but my friends sometimes call me Kari. I'll just go with this one. My friends always call me Kari. Cool, I've got a nickname too. It's Autumn. 'Cause, like I said, that's what my name means. You can use it if you wanna. Alright. Wait, and also, how old are you? We seem pretty similar to me. I'm 10.
I'm 10.
It's none of your business. 10 whole years, double digits. Double digits. Q slapped his fingerless gloved hands against the front of his chest to show just how taken aback he was. Whoa, so am I! Nobody else close by was exactly 10 before, but now there's you! And you're gonna grow up someday, and I'm gonna grow up too, but that's never gonna stop us from being the same age. That's cool.
Oh.
Yeah, this is great. Okay. Even if we are the same age, I still act older than you do. Even if we are the same age, you still act older than I do. You just stood there quietly. You shrugged it off or you gave a big thumbs up. I'd say, yeah, this is great. We now have a buddy who is our age, so we're not alone. Or they're not alone either. More 10-year-olds were better than less. True.
True.
Just 10-year-old things. But the talk you were having ended with a clear clap from Q to bring it to a close. Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you are doing. I've lived my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, in that house, and never seen you anywhere. There's gotta be something going on. Well, you reached right into your pocket and presented the mystery paper to Q, wanting your own explanation. But before you even said anything about it, Q wheezed with a tight grimace. He looked as stiff as the wood tower behind him, just like that. You're an anime. You're a main character.
An anime. you're a main character.
He stammered and babbled and pointed his finger all around the space that was sort of in front of you until the word finally came to him. A sorcerer! Yeah, that's pretty close. Right? We got red and blue eyes, I don't think. It's like...
Yeah. The exclamation point in the screen. So good.
What? No, wait! Q threw his hands up higher toward his shoulders, the sudden movement making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought. You're a thief! Yeah, I would agree with that too. We are all of the above. That's why you're here. To rob my house. That's right, I'm gonna steal all your stuff.
That's right!
Give me your GameCube. I'm a sorcerer and a thief. Yeah, we're not just one, we're both. That makes no sense.
I'd let you know. I was here.
Why do you sound so excited about that? You think I'm gonna rob you? Why would I let you know if I was here I was here if I was gonna steal things? No, we're both a sorcerer and a thief. You're correct.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Do you really think I'm a sorcerer robber?
The ...
He got all fluttery with his laugh and the waving of his fingers. No, you're just a kid, but you've got some good tricks. Q tucked one of his hands inside his jacket. He moved it around in there, humming the whole time. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment in that coat. Aha! Just as you thought, when he removed his hand, he was grabbing onto something. It was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished a lot of ways and a lot of times. And there were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between other pages to keep them in place. But the thing you noticed the most were the colors, tan with dark brown lines. It was a paper from the airplane! Q flipped open the book, tapped in a slow, considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles, and said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything. That's my special paper, with my notes on it, but it's not in my notebook. It was in your pocket! You must have done the thing that's sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff in the blink of an eye while I was standing right here. So you're a magician or a pickpocket. That's all it could be. He shifted on his feet, putting one hand to his hip and using the other to make a waggling a waggling gesture with the notebook. Q was really confident in his accusation against you. Can you show me how you do it? But that wavy motion Q did was too much for the old notebook. It bent in half upwards and downwards with the momentum of its owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out. They drifted to the ground lightly, the same way leaves fell from trees. You stared right at them, sitting on the ground freely like that. Q didn't. You lost it, Q. You're right, I don't know how that paper disappeared from you. You were being sarcastic. Maybe you just dropped a paper and someone picked it up? Yep, it was definitely because I'm magic.
Yes, that one.
I know, because I never lose things. He said it proudly, still not paying attention to the papers cluttered around his feet. They were pretty much just waiting to blow away in the wind at that point. There are papers on the ground right now, you know. I think you might want to look down. You never lose things? You've already lost more papers! You decided to let Q figure it out on his own if he ever did. You wanted to tell Q about the papers, but were too shy. You hoped Q never noticed what happened. It'd be funny. You hoped Q never noticed what happened. It'd be what he deserved. I would tell him about the papers, because I feel like he's not gonna notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Q's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook over his head and twisted his feet outwards, more to fully clear his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing pages. Whoa, thanks. In the middle of talking, he dropped to his knees to scoop up the loose papers. It only took a second for each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his butt and made a little oof. From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hands, still clutching the paper so he could stand again. With that successful rescue mission done, Q delicately flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between different pages. He went all the way to the end. Then Q's complete book was pressed shut once more. Hey, that really helped, Kara. A beaming smile directed right into your face almost had you covering your eyes, but before that happened, he looked away. Q twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made super sure that the entire stack of papers made it back safely this time. You heard a sigh of relief. In an even, swooping move, Q tilted his head back over his shoulder to reveal his face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had that smirk again. So, did you see that? I don't lose anything.
Okay.
Are you kidding? You lose stuff all the time, you just find it again. Sometimes. It was only because of me. Next time I'm not gonna tell you about it. Your cheeks got hot from embarrassment. You're a real idiot, you said tiredly. You're an idiot, you said jokingly. You broke into laughter. Wow, Q was cool, you thought. Dang, Q was cool, you knowingly had to admit to yourself.
The last one's me.
Dang it, Q.
Cool, but I hate you.
God, why'd you have to be so cool? Q's fun with your reaction came out as a set of snickers. His cheeky mood drifted away once they were done. Q twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made sure that the notebook made it back to its normal spot. When he tilted his face back towards you, he was quiet and thoughtful. This is very mysterious. My paper vanished, and a brand new kid appeared in my backyard all out of nowhere. I don't get it. Q, I'm your neighbor now. I moved into the middle house on the street. Oh, the new neighbors. That's right. That's you. It makes so much sense. Then Q shook his head from side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts. But if you're just my new neighbor, not a thief or sorcerer, how'd you know that was my paper? I didn't know. Not for sure. What, you were showing my nose off to everyone you saw in the world? Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Huh? You breathed in, let it out, and then tried to explain the weird situation that didn't even make sense to you. I got here today with my mom. She's waiting for the real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road and a paper airplane hit me in the shoulder and nobody was there. Q nodded along, probably not getting everything you were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. I picked it up and opened the plane and saw the stuff written on it. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to give me a message. I've been looking for whoever did it since. When I met you, I had to check if you were the one who did it. You went over the steps that led you to this point as best as you could, and Q joined in with the conclusion. It wasn't me who made any airplane, but the page and things on it are mine. He put his hands on his hips as he thought hard about the info he'd learned from you. I want Q's jacket. I like the fluffy collar.
Me too.
That means someone else somehow got a piece of paper from my notebook and used that to make the plane they chucked at you for some crazy reason? I guess so. But if you're the one who wrote that, how did you know my name? That was on the note. And what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello? Go out? Hideout? Carlicoya? It doesn't make sense. Oh! Q cracked a smile and flicked out his arms to start his own explanation. That's just stuff I was gonna do. Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, Q listed off each part of the letter simply. Hello. Say hi to the people around. Go out. Visit the town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout. Q stopped the countdown to pat the sturdy wooden wall behind him with pride. Right here. Fine. I get it now. Wow, I like your hideout. That's all stupid. That's so stupid. Your hideout is in your own backyard.
Yeah.
If that's a hideout, why would you tell me it's a hideout? Where else would it be? Anywhere but there. Nah, I live here. Ah, right, yeah. For your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was going to be a kid my age and that their name was Carlicoya. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget. I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it'd be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. That's it. Okay then. Wow, you're such a scatterbrain. Thanks for trying to remember anyway. I don't know why you're confident when you get everything wrong, he said. Put off. You're such a scatterbrain. Can't believe you forgot who I was after your parents told you everything. You forgot because you lost the paper.
I forgot because you lost.
I don't know about that. But I'm gonna stick with you now. He's like, let's just skip over that. That didn't happen.
He's like, anyways.
Whoever took my paper is still out there and you were their target. Maybe you're not a sorcerer thief, but what if the paper airplane person is? We'll figure it all out and you won't have to worry about anything. Okay, you can come. I was gonna ask that. Well, alright, if you really want to. Yeah, I could use more eyes for looking. Thanks. I would have been scared to go alone. You shook your head no. You nodded in agreement. No way. You have to stay here. Sorry, I'm going by myself. This is something I need to do on my own. No, I want someone come with me. It's scary.
Yeah. We're 10.
Super. Do we have a plan? You stood up tall, accepting your now partner on this trip, and laid out the next part. Yeah, I know which way we should go now. We have to go back to the spot in the forest with 2 dirt paths. I know that place. It's right nearby. Let's do this. And so, you started to walk along the autumn tree line now with your new partner in the adventure. Q came alongside you with bold, certain steps. You're going to find that paper airplane person. Soon you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroad once more, but you brought back knowledge and this new boy with you. Alright, we did that one. It's where you were, and down there is just a car road. You stood at Q's side, gesturing around animatedly with both hands. You didn't know if that helped him understand better, but you couldn't keep still. But there's that way over on the other side. You bent your knees, stretched out both arms, and pointed across the forked passage to where the second dirt imprint was. Q couldn't possibly miss it with your direction. With a tilt of his head, Q grinned in agreement. That makes sense to me. The decision easily made, your and his crunching footsteps started up again in unison. And still your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spread across the land with the narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. I'm very impressed by how many times, we've been able to make choices.
Yeah. It's very common in our life.
Mm.
I mean, it's our life.
We have a lot to say about our life, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. This is my kind of place. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. Wow, Q. Oh my god, his hair. Q watched your face. Your good mood was enough to rub off on him. I hang out in the neighborhood or the other parts of town most of the time, but woods can be cool too. Really? Why don't you visit more often? It's right by your house. I've lived here forever, every day of my whole life. Stuff's always going on with people in the neighborhood and in town. The forest is the same whenever you come back. Trees, bushes, some birds. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Besides, the plant's looking different when the seasons change. It's like time doesn't exist here. Casually, Q lifted up his hands from his sides, only to gesture them downwards to the forest floor. And hey, you know, this path we're walking on has always been here, even before I was born. He strolled along, kicking a little piece of rock on the road and looking straight ahead. It's probably been around for as long as this place has been Golden Grove, or longer. For a second, he was thinking so hard the smile he almost always had went away. Then something made him chuckle and he pointed over to the side. But that fence is kinda new. I remember there just being the dirt when I was little. That's the only thing that's ever gotten different out here. Wow. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest, away from the town, popped from a sudden, unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves, like something had crashed into them. You and Q shared a look, both checking out that the other heard it too. That wasn't me, and that wasn't you either. Yeah. You knew for sure that it wasn't the wind. Yeah. It had to have been an animal or a person. And it came from right over there. That thrilled Q. His voice shrunk into an eager whisper. It could be them. The mystery paper airplane sender. Let's go before they get away. I would not. If it was a person, I would be worried to throw a stick. Let's take a peek.
Yeah.
You crouched lower and snuck off the path. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to poke your head through. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snapped from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plant scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as secretive of a check as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of the tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until... Aww! She's so cute!
Hello? Hello!
There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was another kid.
A child. Another child.
A child. Who is this person?
They're really red. As opposed to our one red.
True. We've only got half a red. Ooh. Yeah, I do like her sparkly hair. You couldn't hold the leaning forward position any longer and stumbled forward completely into the open area. You stared at them and they looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Ooh, I thought we were gonna catch someone, but you got us.
Well, if she was in that leaf pile,
Yeah.
I would probably ask if she was there.
That got the stranger giggling.
Yeah, I got you.
Q folded his arms across his chest. He blinked slowly and thoughtfully. He usually had plenty to say, but in that moment he was left as stumped as one of the actual stumps in the forest.
Wait here.
The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. Watching them go, Q finally found some words. It's another person I've never seen before today? He twisted around so the top of him was angled more towards you. He brought one of his hands to the side of his mouth and held the other close to his chest, pointing subtly in the direction of the stranger went. Kara, do you know this leaf kid?
Oh my gosh. I don't know anyone in this town, not even you.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Q's arms fell back down like limp noodles, but he never took his eyes off the other person. He was definitely curious. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head, the thick strap pulled tight under the strain of weight attached to it. The line of their mouths looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position, way over here. It was a really full pack. But it didn't slow the kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave you a wave and asked a question.
Ooh. Oh, how many colors do you have on your head? With your hair and your... Oh my god!
She's also like, why you look like that?
She's the most aware person in this game I've ever met so far. It's a lot.
You suddenly had a stranger leaning their face closer to yours while tilting their head all the way to the side to try getting a better look at you.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, right? Whoever they were hummed a happy reply.
Yeah, it's fancy.
Ooh, we're fancy. The kid then kept talking like that whole thing didn't even happen.
Hi, are you girls too?
Sometimes. Kind of, not totally. No. You shook your head. I'm not a girl. No, why would you think that? No, why would you think something like that? Kind of.
Yeah. Kind of?
She froze for a second, but that was all she needed.
Okay, what's the rest?
I'm just a kid. People talk about me with they or she.
Both girls, kind of. Both girls, kind of.
Q then gestured to the front of himself casually. And I'm a boy, Mr. Q Lin, Q-I-U-N-L-I-N.
Wow, okay. Hi, Q.
The leafy girl followed his lead and introduced herself the way most people do.
I'm Tamarack.
Alright.
Alright. Cool, that sounds nice. Tamarack, what does that mean? Really? Wait, isn't that a normal word and not a name? Tamarack is a weird name, and you simply nodded.
I would say that sounds nice.
Thanks! A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot.
Q grinned widely at her enthusiastic introduction. It fits you. What's your last name?
Bauman.
Cool. Miss Tamarack Bauman. You know, my name means autumn.
Amazing! It's a match too. How do people know how to do that?
I think we're just lucky. Lots of kids don't have the right ones.
Yeah. So what's your name?
The girl whom you now knew as Tamarack sent the question your way since Q already gave his out. We can do the whole spiel again.
Do the whole spiel.
I'll just say it's nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Kara.
She greeted you with a finger-spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times.
You think yours fits too? Your name?
I like my nickname more.
Yeah, it's a cute nickname.
All my friends always call me Kari.
Ooh, alright. Your beret is nice.
Thank you for noticing. A beret.
And we're like, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Of course.
You probably reached up to straighten the beret on your head. My ma got it for me. Or I like your hair tied too.
Oh.
Let's straighten it on her head.
This is a long-haired group, I realize.
Yeah. It's cool to meet you, Tamarack. Maybe. He pointed a suspicious finger her way as he made another point with words. There was only one house for sale anywhere near this neighborhood. Kara lives there now. Where did you come from? Unless you're Kara's mom. Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stopping any of the laughter from getting out.
No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Oppa.
Who are they? Oh, I've heard that before. Omi and Oppa is grandma and grandpa. I have no idea what you're saying. You're living with your grandparents? But say, who are they?
I forgot that's well, she is German, so...
Mm.
Omi and Oppa means granny and grandpa.
I've never heard of that. Is it another language?
Uh-huh. It's German and they're German.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Cool. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Oppa?
I think so, probably. Omi has really long hair. Oppa has short hair, and some of it is on his face.
Yeah. Q bobbed his head up and down with great understanding. But does he really understand?
he's like, I get it, I guess.
Granny and him have a kid now? Huh. Wow.
Damn, going straight to the point. Are your
I have no idea.
I'd be curious about what happened to her parents.
Yeah, same. If I'm in the
10
shoes,
and I'm
yeah, I'm 10 and I have no tact.
They're busy and not at home. I wouldn't go to school or do anything if I stayed there. So I'm gonna live with Omi and Oppa right now.
Okay, that sounds sad. Your parents seem lousy, weird. Do you feel bad about it? You weren't sure what to say.
I mean, I live with a single we live with a single mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can even have...
Yeah, we can't comment. Kara, don't be rude. Just say okay.
Just say okay.
But her explanation wasn't finished just yet.
And I'm busy too.
You are?
Yeah. I've been here 5 days and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long, long time. Months, maybe.
The loudness of Q's voice shot up. He was shocked and confused.
5 days?
Yeah. 5 days? That's almost a week and I've never even seen you. Where have you been this whole time?
Said so before. I've been here.
Tamarack used one foot to push against the ground and the other to stay upright and spun around in place once.
I play in the forest every day.
After getting the answer, he went normal volume again, but kept frowning. Oh, well, you can come with me and my friends if you wanted to. We hang out in the neighborhood and in town and in my backyard and stuff. If you see us, just walk over and join. You don't have to worry. They'll like you, and you can talk to me if you don't know what to do. She only shrugged, and the shoulder without the bag strap went up higher.
Maybe.
There wasn't a lot of interest for Q's offer. He finally grinned again. He watched Tamarack with a tilted head. You're like your oppa, huh? No one ever really sees him around either, even though he's lived here for a million years.
Oh my gosh.
Tamarack squished her cheeks between her fingers, delighted.
He likes his hot fists a whole lot.
This is my very first day in Golden Grove.
Wow, that's barely different at all. We're a match.
She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her.
Hey! We're both girls, and he's not, but aren't any of us the same age? I'm 10.
We're 10 too.
Whoa.
We are the same, all three of us.
What a huge coincidence.
I
Hooray!
know.
Teenage forever!
Happily,
gosh.
Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. He decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about everything that had happened. The paper might have been Q's, but it was possible she was the one who sent it to you. I would say... You know what this is. Just, like, go just straight up.
Yeah, I guess. Would we be like a really blunt kid?
I mean, I feel like
We're only 10.
It's true. But that's the reason we came out here, to figure out what this is. I guess the other way would have been to just ask for the airplane, but, we already unfolded it, so I don't know if that's...
Yeah.
She began to cheer louder the moment she got sight of the unusually colored page.
You got it?
Oh, the little hearts.
Oh, hearts.
Yes, I got it. It's right here. She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking her bag to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her.
My aim is good.
You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd truly done it. You found the mystery person who owned the paper in the first place and the person who actually sent it to you as a paper airplane.
How did she know our name?
Or yeah, how did you know it was us? She was so cute, you thought.
You smiled to yourself.
But you weren't the only one who had a reaction to the results. Alright, nice, Kara. Your wide eyes and Q's cheers had Tamarack excitedly looking between you and him, not knowing what the celebration was about, but wanting to join.
Oh.
Why would you do that? Yeah, it is. Your throw was perfect. Say thanks for sending it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'll do your water. You're welcome! Yay for the trash doing something nice.
Trash? He brought both his hands up to his face and pressed his fingertips into his cheeks with great drama. It's not trash. Oh. Oh my gosh.
All these choices, some of these choices would devastate him. You got that right.
God, we're such a smartass. Let's just do this one. I feel like it's the most harmless.
Harmless, yet straight to the point.
With wrinkled brows, Q shifted his hands more to the side so he could instead tug at the front strands of his hair, pulling them out fully straight. I don't know how it's possible. You wouldn't maybe be a sorcerer or a thief, would you, Tamarack?
No.
Too bad.
You thought he was so funny.
Tamarack and you both laughed, the sound harmonizing. Q finished his pout, straightening up and putting his hands solidly on his hips. He was back to being in control. You know, there's nobody out there who's perfect. I accept my mistake, and I'm sorry to you, Forrest, for messing up the place. That's really nice of you to say, Q. Thanks.
The face we made. I think it forgives you.
Cool. Watching the two kids interacting, you started thinking about this more and more, going over the whole experience in your head. Your turning thoughts were put on a pause when Tamarack suddenly changed the subject.
What are you gonna do now?
I've gotta go back. My ma is waiting for me. And I'll walk Kara there. I gotta make sure they don't get lost out here.
I should probably see how my Omi and Opa are too. They're pretty old and need help sometimes.
They're pretty old.
Damn. I mean, yeah, I guess.
She took a big hop closer to you and Q, a smile growing across her face as she landed.
We could go back together.
Alright, we can. Yes, I was gonna ask that. Alright, I want to be by myself. Just all go together. You relaxed your stance, accepting that this was really over now. Tamarack snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy end forward, the way that you had come from.
To our houses!
While chuckling, Q used his fist to enthusiastically plunge the air. Homeward bound! This is really nice. We're going back, successful people. Alright.
Yeah!
She had cupped her hands around her mouth to make it extra loud. And so you started to walk through the brown fall brush to get to the neighborhood again, but you weren't going to be alone there. Tamarack bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with a stick like she was the conductor of a marching band, while Q came alongside you with even, casual steps. You were returning to that house. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sunk away behind the tallest mountains and forests to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger, pulling away from your bodies to reach out into the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm, all while the eyeball chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarack still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer and sometimes she got away from you again. She used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. Q was next to you but had switched things up so that he was taking large skips backwards. You guessed it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed out the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, a different kind than the one in the backyard. See? That's the house from the front. It's great. And that's your house, right? The one in the middle? And Granny owns that even further away one. Cool. The sounds of your steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until you came to a stop right in the center of the path. You'd arrived. Okay, this is it. Q pulled out an eager grin. We've gotta meet up again later. See you, Kara and Tamarack. Q flipped around to go back the same way he had come with you. He needed to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. He didn't drop any papers this time.
Goodbye.
Tamarack put both her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around.
I'm going home too.
Tamarack spun in place before dashing further along the sidewalk to the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Her bag clunked and jingled at her side the whole way there. You waited there in front of the house in the dimming evening light, watching the 2 other kids go to their homes right on the same street. Oh, I like this one.
Oh yeah, it's really cute.
That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the 2 encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted through your head. Q and Tamarack. Well, you're at the stage where you'll get to set your dynamic with Tamarack and with Q.
Ooh.
There is a tutorial for that whole feature, but because this mini demo is nearing the end and doesn't utilize dynamics, we're including the option to skip past all the extra info for now. Would you like to hear about dynamics for future reference, or go directly to the dynamics screen to quickly continue past it? I want to know how it works.
Yeah, it's good.
Our life, now and forever, has a specific way of constructing the personalized relationship you have with the 2 neighbors you grew up with. It's called dynamics. This encompasses how your character and that character feel about one another and how they generally interact with each other. It doesn't determine if your character is shy or confident or sociable or unsociable. That's done through the phrasing or actions you pick in normal choices. This is only setting how you and the 2 leads tend to think or approach things on a top-line level. These settings can be the same for both Tamarack and Q, or be entirely different for one over the other. The first part of the dynamic system is that you set for your relationship standing. Your chosen relationship standing is always mutual with the other character. It's possible to change your standing at the start of each step, and even at certain points within a step, at least normally. There are some settings that can't be changed once you pick them. The 5 main options for your relationship standing are neighbors, friends, family, crushes, and beloveds. Neighbors means there's someone you know and it's nothing more meaningful than that. Whether it's still amicable or completely cold or even hostile is up to you. Friends means that you're friends. While on this standing, it's possible to go even deeper and have them be your very best friend, but that's not set on the dynamic screen. Family means you truly love them and will always keep them in your life in a fully platonic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change the setting to anything else once you've picked it. It's completely certain and unwavering. You can bring both Tamarack and Q into your proverbial family. Crushes means that you and them have crushes on each other. While on this standing, you can keep your feelings a secret and act as though you're only friends or best friends, or it can be known that you're romantically interested. Later in the game, you can also officially go steady with Tamarack or Q. If you begin dating one of them, your standing on the dynamic screen will change to partners instead of crushes. It's possible to be crushing on Tamarack and Q at the same time, but you can only get into an actual romantic relationship with one. If you had been crushing on both and get into a relationship, you'll automatically go to being friends with the character you're not dating. You won't be able to keep expressing romantic interest in them. And if you do date one, you can't break up with them. The partner status can't go away once you get it. It is possible to change simply crushes to one of the other options if you want to. Beloveds means that you truly love them and will always keep them in your life in a clearly romantic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change the setting to anything else once you picked it. It's completely certain and unwavering. Like crushes, the romantic feelings can be known as secret or you can be official partners. If you're at this sitting, you'll also unlock the possibility of getting engaged and trading your relationship status to fiancés.
Oh.
There's no requirement to commit or get married or even date, however. What you do with your feelings of love is up to you. You can only choose beloveds for one of them. Tamarack and Q each have their own romantic scenes that aren't set together. At least that's the current situation. If time and budget allows, we might be able to add a new set of alterations for being in love with or dating both of them. Oh my gosh, we can maybe use both of our hands.
Oh, maybe.
It's not a guarantee that we can do it, but that is something we have in mind. That's part 1 of dynamics. The second part is expression elements. This is how you and the other character generally interact with the other. Like relationship standing, expression elements are determined separately for Tamarack and for Q. It doesn't have to be the same for both. But expression elements don't have to be mutual between your character and Tamarack or Q. They have their own ways of conveying themselves, and your character gets to have theirs. Expression elements are broken down further into 3 meters with 3 choices per meter. Meter 1, deferring, teamworking, and contesting. Meter 2, praising, unassuming, or teasing. Meter 3, doting, accepting, and idolizing. For meter 1, you can use it to determine if your character is a follower, or goes with the flow using deferring, a collaborator or compromiser using teamworking, or tries to be the leader or decision maker, whether the other person actually wants to follow them or not using contesting. For meter 2, it determines if your MC is the type of person to go out of their way to make comments on the other person and what they do. If not, they're unassuming. If so, the comments can be complimentary or even flirty if praising, or they can be joking or giving the other person a hard time if teasing. Meter 3 can be set to determine how your character views Tamarack and Q. Do they feel like they need to look out for them, or that they're on the same level as each other, or that the other person is more incredible than most? When you first meet Q and Tamarack in the story, they go with their normal kind of behavior for their interactions with your character. Because of that, their expression elements are always the same in Step 1. Step 1, Q, teamworking, teasing, and doting. Step 1, Tamarack, contesting, praising, accepting. As you spend more time with Tamarack and Q, they'll get to know each other better, and in each of the next steps their expression elements can change to match that. If, for example, you're friends with Tamarack and express displeasure whenever she insists on getting her way, she'll notice that. In Step 2, instead of contesting, she could be teamworking with your character, or even deferring, depending on the details. Their connection with your character will develop organically. Though in future steps, you'll also have the option of customizing their expression elements if you want to make sure your playthrough has a specific feel. And starting in step 2, if you're more than just neighbors, a fourth expression element meter unlocks. Meter 4, jealous of or not jealous or jealous over. Ooh. We can cause some drama. Jealous of means that one character is envious of the life appearance, abilities, relationships, or something else of the other person, depending on the specifics involved. Jealous over means that they feel discomfort if they think the other person seems to like someone else more or isn't spending as much time with them as normal and such. The jealousy meter does nothing but let you add more negative feelings or relationship competition interactions as an extra element of drama to your life. By default, Q Tamarack and you will always be not jealous, which skips all that. You'll have to choose to customize the expression elements and set them to being jealous in one way or the other for that kind of emotion to crop up. With relationships...
So sweet, though.
I know. It's like, oh, do I want to be happy or do I want the tea? Do I want to see them
I would rather do it with other characters, not with them.
watch them fight. With relationship standing and expression elements, you'll be able to have a truly personal dynamic with Tamarack and with Q. There are dozens of combos for the step you're in, and when going from step to step. Being at crushes in step 3 will be different if you used to be friends than if you were crushing from the start, and so on. You have plenty of options to try out. That's pretty cool. That ends the dynamic system tutorial. We hope you'll enjoy the connection you create with Tamarack and Q. Oh boy, okay. U to Q. Q to us is teamworking, teasing, and doting.
That's cute. Teasing.
We want to tease him. I feel like we were kind of being a smartass with him.
Yeah.
You're like teamworking and accepting. Ooh, I'll just say friends for now.
Friends. We're still kids.
We just moved here.
We just moved here.
Done. Okay.
We're not boy crazy.
Contesting, praising, and
Look at her
accepting.
smile.
I know, she's so cute. We're also teamworking. More praising. we only tease Q. I think we're doting towards her.
Pretty doting.
Yeah. Okay. Things were so different for you from just that morning when you left and went on the drive to move. Before then, you'd never been in Golden Grove. You'd seen it only in pictures and hadn't known anybody who was a local there. But here you were, a person who lived in the town and was friends with the neighbors on both sides of your house who also lived here. Were you friends? You thought so. Ma.
Is that you?
Your ma called from over the fence. Coming! You bounded forward and passed through the gate. Ma had left the porch and was there to meet you.
Thank you for coming back. I'm sure you're having an exciting time out there. Yeah, we made friends.
Everything was amazing. I met people, Ma. The kids my age. This sounds like an old person response.
Yeah, I met people, Ma.
So you're never gonna believe what happened.
I bet, but I look forward to hearing about it. From strength to strength, we've got the key to the house.
It's our house now.
Yay! The agent finally arrived about 20 minutes ago. They're gone now, but I haven't peeked yet. The both of us should be here for this. It's your house too.
Wow, I guess.
I know. It is yours and ours. Come on.
Ma turned to go and slipped the key out from her sweater pocket. She gestured with the other hand for you to follow. Your ma led the way as you went back up the stairs. The key fit perfectly into the hole in the door, and Ma smiled at the sound of an unlocking click. Carefully, she leaned forward with her shoulder, giving it a nudge, unsure if the best option for the ancient door was extra force or extra restraint. The house opened with a creak. Air came out through the front like it was exhaling. Ma let out a breath at the same time.
We're here, Kara. There's space for you to get a little closer. You can see inside here.
You scooched towards your ma's sides in the doorframe. It was then that you noticed there was a mat at the front. It had a light color and a kind of hard but fluffy texture. The sort of mat that'd get dirty looking right away when it was used, but it was still clean and nice. It hadn't been worn down at all like the rest of the building. This part of the house wasn't just an old thing left behind by other people who didn't need it or want it anymore. Someone must have put it there for this happening, for your ma and you moving in. Written across the top it said, "Welcome home." Aww. Oh, yay!
Yay!
We've done
Aww.
it. They're so cute. We made friends. Wow. Yay. That's pretty good. It's just about the length that I was hoping it would be for a demo.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts so far?
It's really cute. It has elements that I'm aware of from the first game, but it's but it also gives us more choices to deal with that, like, you know, as how we do with. I think for a visual novel, it's got a lot of freedom. And it's great.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm also interested in playing the first game, so it'd be nice to see how they compare. And we will leave that for another day, since it's already late. Well, thank you for joining me, Raya.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you to anyone that stopped by, who is lurking, or said hi, and also to my mod, my single mod, who's working quietly behind the scenes. Thank you.
I'm just here.
Okay, I don't think I want to raid anyone this time since it was just a test, so we'll just end it here.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
See ya.